Now, I love my 10th scale cars, and the one that started me off was the Bison, and this has been through everything. If you go and have a look at the videos I've done on this, you'll see what this thing's been through, and it still comes bouncing back for more. She's been running for ages, and just awesome piece of kit. My other one, which I think almost pips it, is the Optimus. A slightly different sort of running gear and everything on it, different sort of setup, but really awesome fun. I love this. I mostly run this on a 4-cell, and I mostly run this on a 3-cell, but even on 2-cell the Bison is really good fun. So why am I showing you these? Well, I've got a new sort of shaped one coming in here, another VKAR, and it's a really nice looking 10 scale. Like I say, I do like my 10 scale. This is a really different setup, this one. Huge great bodywork on it compared to the others, which gives the illusion of it being much bigger. But if I just pop that off, you can see there's virtually no difference in it at all. It's virtually exactly the same size as the Optimus, and all the difference on with the Bison is basically it's got massive great tyres on the Bison. This one's got side impact on it. I'm not too sure how well this bodywork will hold up, because I do tend to roll over quite a bit and sort of bounce it around a lot, and I don't think it's geared for where I normally run and bounce these ones around with the actual setup of it. I think it's more for open sort of flatter areas, like I'm going to run it on here first of all, but it probably will get a go on the quarry as well. So with that in mind, I've put a load of tape inside, because I think this shell is probably just going to get damaged if I don't watch it. So let's see how we go. I love the look of it. I mean, at the moment it looks really slick, brand new. That's why I'm doing this little bit now, because afterwards I'm pretty sure after running on all this heavy gravel it's not going to look like this. There's quite a bit of plastic work on it as well, which I was a little bit surprised at. But again, these things are all produced at a price, and you know, it's the price break point of what they put on these things. The shocks are much smaller than my other two as well, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be as much fun. I've had some really good fun with some sort of 16th scale ones, and the suspension seems set up pretty good. She's sort of got no extra bounce on her or anything. She's quite nice. Got a brushless motor in there, and we've got I think it's 3,500 milliamp hour, and it runs on a 3-cell what it comes with. So whether or not you take it up to a 4 or you drop it down to a 2 is entirely up to you. But I tend to run them on stock for the review, so let's just see how we go with that. Another thing I like about the VKARs is you actually get this protective cover here, and it really does keep the dust out. It does help it quite a bit, and actually whenever I've run it through water it tends to sort of pool on the top as well, so not even that gets through. Obviously stuff's going to get through where all the holes are and everything anyway, but it does give it that extra little bit of protection. Onto the transmitter, and it does feel more basic than the other ones, to be perfectly honest. Got all the functions on here. It's got the whether you have it normal or reversed on the controls on the side. You've got obviously your steering here, so right and left. You've got your on and off here. Let me turn that on, and you get blue LED come on when it goes low on power on the batteries, and it takes 4 AA batteries in there. It starts flashing, and apparently it beeps as well. I haven't actually tried it with that. It has got a 3-channel adjuster here, but obviously we're only running on the 2 channels, and I'm not too sure whether that's actually wired in or whether that's just a spare button that they've got on there for you. You've got your throttle dual rates and your throttle trim, and then you've got dual rates on the steering and also the steering trim as well. As with most RC stuff, put on the transmitter first of all, and I haven't done anything with this. I just tested that it did work indoors, and the nice thing is with this you can actually still get in and flick on the power as well. And I can hear the fan going. We've got a really windy day today, as you'll probably see with the grasses and everything moving. And then we're all ready to go. So we've got, so it goes forward and backwards on the throttle as per normal. So you've got, this pulls it forward, as you can see, and then backwards. I'm going to have a job setting up trim and everything here, and let's take it over somewhere straight. You've got your steering goes right and then left, just in case you're new to all this lot. You've got throttle rate, so if I turn the throttle rate right the way down, that's full throttle. And as you see, it's really not going to do much at all. And then if I turn it all the way up, you can see a big difference there. Whoa, this thing's going to be fun, I think. So you've got a huge amount of difference there, so that's full throttle. And obviously with the kids and everything, grandkids, I tend to sort of leave it down quite a bit, and then that would be full throttle for them, so they can just get used to things and nobody's going to get too hurt. You've also got steering trim and steering rates as well. So if I actually just hold that over the other way for you. So that's when it's on full amount of steering rates. If I turn it, oh sorry, that's not even, sorry, that's on full. So it's got a real heck of a lot of steering on it. And then if I turn that right the way down, you've got a very small amount of steering going on there, as you can see. So we'll try that sort of about midway, I would have thought. Even that's a fair old bit. You're going to wind up flipping this thing over pretty quick, I think, without any problem at all. And you've got steering trim and also throttle trim. So if the car's trying to go forward, you just adjust the throttle trim. If I go forward and then come backwards, this isn't the best surface to try on. As you see, oh, she's slightly pulling off to the right. So we've just changed the steering trim just a wee bit. Yep, it still just goes slightly to the right. So you adjust the steering trim. If it keeps going over to the right, you just turn it the opposite way, basically. That seems to be doing pretty good now. Oh, I think we're off for a run. So this is about, actually, let's just try this at half throttle rate, shall we? Just see how we get on. Actually, damn good fun. Yeah, it gets a bit of a shift on. Whoa, like I say, with that steering, she's fine. You soon turn it over if you want to. She's very good. And I put the throttle rates right up to full. Whoa, she's got a lovely load of power. Comes on really nice as well. Obviously on this sort of level, everything's proportional. So the steering's proportional, depending on how far I turn it will depend on how far it'll move. I'm going to have to do that that way again for you. So you can just see it's really nice and controllable. And the throttle is the same. So even though that's turned up to max on the actual throttle, I can still have it very nice and slow and controllable. But I don't know anyone that drives like that when you got these things. She is amazing. Really loads of go in it. It's really nice. Like I say, I think this bodywork's not going to be in such pristine condition after this run. Lovely. Whoa! Just overcooked it just a tad. I'm really struggling with this bodywork. It is so different to the narrow stuff I've got on the other ones there. It's quite weird, but cool. It looks like it should just stick to the ground with the way it's laid out, but this rough terrain, I can quite understand why it isn't. Whoa, he just recovered. Hey, and wheelies as well. I think I might be out with the other camera. Wait, nice one. Whoa, oh, and recover. Oh no. Whoa. So that's not so good, it's popped out. So yeah, I've done much worse than that before. It's just, the worrying thing is if it can pop out that easy and you can pop it back in quite easy, it's not for longevity, I'm afraid. There we go, we heard that click in there. Let's just see how we get on. She does jump well, whoa! Love the Dukes of Hazzard on two wheels. She does get a bit of a shift on, I must admit. Whoa, that wheel's popped out again. Oh, that's not good. And, you know, I usually drive even harder than this, especially if I get down the quarry there. But that is just a loose. That is going to be loose on here, and that's just going to pop out every single time. So, yeah, you can hear it click back in, but that's no good. It's got to really hold there. With the amount of torsion that goes into these things, you can quite understand why it's struggling. Get some action shots. Okay, quick range junkie test here. I know the van's 150 metres from here. I just paced it out. Let's just see how she copes. The range, I'm never interested in range, to be perfectly honest, but I just like driving quite close to me, and you know, 30, 50 metres does fine as far as I'm concerned. Whoa, that's way over. That's, yep, it's still steering, no problem at all. To the edge, it's about 170 metres. Absolutely no problem at all. I expect that's about a pixel in size, that car. Whoa! This is why I don't like the range tests. I can't tell where the heck I'm going. There she comes. Oh, she is brilliant, this thing. Seriously, a lot more fun than I thought it would be. And will it make it up the hill? Because this is a nightmare of a hill. Well, she didn't do it first time. That doesn't mean she's given up, I don't think. Whoa, yes! I tell you what, that is pretty impressive, because we're what, oh, 40 feet up here, I would say. Absolutely handled it, no problem at all. Whoa! Woo! Even from a standing start. Whoa, nearly. This thing actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Hi, thank you. Oh, I wanted a hug. Bless it. This thing takes no prisoners. I am really surprised. I honestly didn't think it would handle that well. To be perfectly honest, I didn't think it would keep up with it, everything that I've thrown at the Bison and also the Optimus as well. Now let's just take it apart. So there we are. That's 5 batteries I've just run through that. I literally stayed on all this terrain all the time. I mean, it's been in dust baths, it's a little bit of water on it as well, and it's climbed up here, no problem at all. It's done everything as you saw, and everything I've asked of it. There's no actual cracks or anything in the bodywork. I did put the tape on, the cloth tape on, as I said before. Normally I do that after I've done a review, but to be honest, just stick it on there. Yeah, you can't see it, it doesn't spoil the look of your car, and it does keep it in nice condition as well, that you haven't got wacky great cracks appearing in it, and nothing is damaged. And this thing has just been blasted over this stuff. This gravel is horrid. You hear it there. It's a real nasty sort of grippy sort of gravel, which is why it could climb all the way up here. I mean, this is a phenomenal height up here. Straight up, no bother at all, every single time virtually. Probably operator error was the only time it didn't manage it. Let's have a look around the actual car itself. So like I say, 5 batteries through. We've got some sort of paint damage just come off the shocks there, no surprise at all. A couple of stones got rammed in here. I've had that on every car I've had. They get jammed in there, you have to sort of pick them out, sort of thing. Now this doesn't have any protectors at the back like I've got on my other cars. They have a sort of deflector shield here, sort of thing, little plastic one, and it really does work. As you can see, with this hard rough gravel, this has scratched it like mad, and we've actually got quite a bit of damage there. But 5 batteries through, and it's nowhere near going to break through. So I think it was going to go for quite a long time, I think, and that's with this severe sort of bashing. But to be perfectly honest, even if I paid for this and it wasn't given to me for review, I'd have still driven it like this, because that's the way I like to drive. So it's I can't do it on the roads or anywhere else like it. So my RC bit is a little bit of recreational fun. I think that's all I'm in it for, and that's all I run the channel for as well, to be perfectly honest. So we've got just loads of dust, absolutely no problem at all. Airbrush, just blow it all over, that'll all be fine. The bits that popped out, I had it on both sides actually, but actually it seems to have settled itself down. And there's a side of it that if it pops out, it's not actually going to force and damage anything or bend anything. But the other side is obviously the more it keeps coming in and out, the more likely you are to actually, you know, it's going to constantly come out. But 5 batteries through, like I said, it went in the first battery, and I haven't actually had it go since, to be perfectly honest. No, I haven't, so that's rather good. As I say, everything's pretty much scratched up, but to be honest, everything's pretty much damn good fun. The dust cover works. If I take that off, I can show you. There we go. There is a little bit of dust in there, but it's not a lot compared to what you've got sort of stuck around in these areas here. So all this would be like this if it didn't have that dust cover on. So all in all, I pretty much like it. Hope you enjoyed the footage. I've certainly enjoyed doing it, and I'm going to go out and play now flying something around these beautiful highlands. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one.